Handling disrespect can be tough, leaving us feeling upset and frustrated. But an interesting way to deal with these situations comes from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. It helps us face difficult moments with wisdom and grace. Let's look at 10 practical Stoic principles that are meant to help us cope better with disrespect. On number 10 is to keep your calm. Keeping a calm mind is important. Stoicism teaches us this cool idea. It says, our inside calmness doesn't have to be changed by things happening outside. A smart person named Epictetus, who followed Stoicism, said something cool. People feel upset not because of things, but because of how they see things. In simpler words, when someone is not respectful, it's not automatically bad. What makes us feel upset is how we think about it, not the disrespect itself. When someone isn't respectful, remember it's because of their own thoughts and feelings, but it doesn't decide how good or important they are. Knowing this is like having a strong tool to stay calm and protect your feelings from being hurt by their disrespect. Think of disrespect like a cloud passing by. It might seem gloomy, but there's a sunny sky behind it. In the same way, someone being negative doesn't decide how awesome you are or disturb your inner calm. If you keep this in mind, it's like making a protective barrier around your feelings. It stops others' disrespect from hurting you for a long time. Stoicism teaches us that we can control how we react, helping us face life's tough times with strength and a peaceful heart. Now we are moving to number 9 that is going to be very helpful for you. And that is expecting one's inner self, a crucial Stoic aspect. Stoicism says looking at ourselves and thinking about how we act is super important for a happy life. The Stoics really believed that the kind of thoughts we have decides how good our life is. So we should always try to get better, not just in what we do, but in how we are as people. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic, said that how happy we are depends on how good our thoughts are. When someone disrespects us, it's a good idea to think about it. Ask yourself, is there truth in what they're saying or doing? Did I do something to make this happen? How can I react in a way that matches my values? Thinking about these things helps us understand the situation better and our part in it. Thinking about our actions helps us respond with smart thinking instead of quick reactions. That's what Stoicism teaches. It helps us learn from the situation, grow as a person, and get wiser. Another cool idea from Stoicism is the power of taking a pause. Seneca, a wise Stoic, said that when we get angry, it's not just a small problem, but a chance to notice a repeating problem. Stoics really like self-control and thinking logically. They say that if we act quickly because of strong feelings like anger, it usually leads to bad choices and unnecessary problems. When someone disrespects us, Stoicism says don't react right away. Instead, take a short break. This helps us control our feelings again and respond with careful thinking. The pause helps us follow Stoic ideas of wisdom and self-control better. Not reacting quickly when someone is disrespectful helps us have better and calmer conversations. This Stoic idea of taking a pause helps us stay calm and make smart choices. It leads to better results and helps us become better people in the end. Next, on number 08 we have in the last is to have sympathy. Epictetus and other important Stoic thinkers say it's really important to understand and care about others. They tell us not to always look for good things outside, but to find them inside ourselves. Stoicism says that everyone is connected, and when we understand why people do things and how they feel, we can have better talks and become better ourselves. When someone disrespects us, Stoicism says we should try to understand how they feel. It tells us to imagine being in their place and really get why they're acting that way. This helps us see the situation in a new light, understanding that their disrespect might not be about us personally. It could be because they feel unsure, scared, or don't know better. Empathy helps us care about the person, making us feel less upset. This change in perspective helps us not take their words or actions personally, and we can respond with respect and dignity. Empathy also lets us really get how the person feels and sees things. Instead of getting mad or defensive, we can be kind and respectful. This stops arguments from getting worse, and we can still feel good about ourselves. Following Stoic ideas of being smart, caring, and getting better, empathy helps us learn from tough times and become better people. Using empathy when dealing with disrespect helps us handle it in a better way. Your dedication to getting through this text shows how strong and determined you are. Let's keep going together because there's a lot more to learn and explore. Number 07 in the list is the most important aspect of Stoicism, and that is to concentrate on virtue. Stoicism teaches us to develop important qualities like wisdom and courage. These virtues help us lead a good life and make choices that are right. Seneca, a famous Stoic, said virtue means using good reasoning and going along with how things naturally work. In Stoicism, virtue is the most important thing in our lives, making everything else less important. When others are disrespectful, Stoicism tells us to focus on responding with virtue. It doesn't mean we should let disrespectful behavior slide, but we should react in a way that matches our Stoic values. By paying attention to virtue, we can protect ourselves from getting too caught up in our feelings, keep our dignity and honesty, and grow as individuals. Stoicism challenges us to become the best version of ourselves, even when things are tough. This journey to excellence includes accepting things. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we can't control, like when others are disrespectful. Following Epictetus, a wise person doesn't feel bad about what they don't have, but is happy about what they do. So, we should be thankful for what we have and not worry too much about what's missing. Stoicism also tells us to know the difference between what we can control and what we can't. This is called the Stoic dichotomy of control. We can control our thoughts, feelings, and actions, but we can't control what others do or external events. So, when faced with disrespect, we shouldn't let it mess up our inner calm. Instead, we should see it as a normal part of life and focus on making ourselves and our situations better. With a Stoic mindset, we can deal with disrespect without getting angry or upset. This way of thinking helps us learn from the experience and grow. As a result, we become better at handling disrespectful situations calmly and wisely. As we explore more crucial Stoic ideas for handling disrespect, if you're enjoying this information, remember to like and share it with those whose respect matters to you. On number 06 in the list is use humor to handle disrespect. In the wise words of Seneca, there's great strength in the gentle power of laughter. According to him, true self-mastery happens when we can skillfully handle things that don't need serious attention by using the magic of humor. This idea fits perfectly with Stoicism, which teaches us to control our emotions and act logically. Stoicism isn't strict. It knows that humor is important when facing tough times. Our spirit becomes a helpful friend in keeping our emotions in check, protecting us from getting too angry or annoyed when someone disrespects us. Instead of getting carried away by strong emotions, Stoicism suggests a thoughtful choice, the choice to respond with a clever comment or a light joke. Of course, this needs a gentle touch and careful balance, as humor should be used wisely and not too much. In the Stoic way of thinking, our spirit becomes a useful tool, helping us gracefully deal with disrespect. By adding humor, we not only calm things down, but also guide ourselves towards a more positive and peaceful solution. Essentially, Seneca's wisdom and Stoic lessons tell us that, even when faced with disrespect, the lightness of laughter can be a strong force, building resilience and leading to a more balanced and positive reaction. On number 5 is to set clear boundaries. The strength of Stoicism lies in setting clear boundaries. It's not about being easily influenced, but about being as strong as a rock when facing disrespect and unfairness. Like a Stoic rock, you know your worth and demand respect. You control what you can and let go of what you can't. When someone disrespects you, it doesn't mean you have to accept it or react with passive anger. Instead, you can stay calm and assertive. Let them know what they did wrong and how you expect to be treated. By setting clear and fair boundaries, you protect your dignity and self-respect. This is the important lesson Stoicism teaches us: to be strong, fair, and brave. Think about a situation where someone disrespects you. How do you react? Do you let anger take over, or do you choose forgiveness? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism has wisdom on this. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not just a favor for the other person, but a gift for ourselves. It's the key to finding inner peace and happiness. But forgiveness isn't easy. It doesn't mean forgetting or approving of what happened. Instead, it's deciding to free yourself from negative emotions that harm you more than anyone else. Stoics support forgiveness, but with care. Approach it with compassion and justice. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we control and let go of what we can't. We might not control how others act, but we can choose how we respond. We can choose forgiveness, freeing ourselves from the weight of anger and resentment. By making this choice, we bring ourselves to inner peace and calmness. Stoicism sees forgiveness not as weakness, but as strength. It's not giving up but winning. It's not losing but gaining. Forgiveness becomes the ultimate way to take care of ourselves and grow personally. On number 4 is to change your perspective, change how you see things. Having a unique perspective means being able to look at things from a wider, more unbiased view. This helps you avoid reacting too strongly or feeling personally hurt when someone disrespects you. Instead, it helps you realize that disrespect is not a big deal in the grand picture of life. As the wise emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our views shape our lives." With this perspective, you understand that most times disrespect is short-lived and not important, and it doesn't affect your true worth or happiness. You also realize that disrespect often reflects the lack of knowledge, insecurity, or weaknesses of the other person, not yours. You can choose to ignore, forgive, or learn from it instead of letting it bother you. This change in perspective lets you focus on what really matters in life: your goals, principles, and virtues. You can use your energy and time to pursue what is meaningful and good for you instead of wasting them on bitterness or revenge. This way, you create a more fulfilling and calm life. So, when faced with disrespect, try to adopt a perspective that keeps you calm and guides you towards smart actions. On number 3 is to view disrespect as a learning opportunity. When someone disrespects you, see it as a chance to grow and learn, not as a setback. Instead of getting upset, consider it an opportunity to become wiser and build your character. Take a moment to think about the other person's point of view. What can you learn from how they see things? This change in thinking turns a negative situation into a positive chance to learn. Think about how you can respond in a way that fits with your values. Responding to disrespect with dignity and grace not only makes you look good, but also shows your commitment to your principles. It's a chance to show virtues like patience, understanding, and staying calm. When faced with disrespect, patience helps you avoid reacting too quickly. Understanding lets you see beyond the surface, understanding that the other person's actions might come from their own problems. Keeping a level-headed approach ensures your response is thoughtful. Seeing disrespect as a chance to learn and get better turns a potentially bad situation into a positive force for personal growth. It's an opportunity to refine your character and come out of the situation not just fine, but stronger and smarter. In summary, looking at disrespect as a chance to learn helps you rise above the negativity, develop virtues, and deal with challenges with strength and confidence. It turns a moment of disagreement into a stepping stone on your path to becoming a better and wiser person. As we're reaching the end of this video, let us know in the comments which aspect you liked the most and plan to incorporate into your future. On number 2 in list is remember that you can't control others, only yourself. It's a powerful truth. You can't make others say or do what you want, but you can decide how you react. When faced with disrespect, it's important to know that while you can't change what someone else does, you have full control over how you respond. Think of this control like holding the reins to your own feelings. When someone disrespects you, try not to react right away. Take a moment to stop and think. This pause acts like a useful buffer, letting you think carefully about how to respond. It's like hitting a reset button on a situation that's getting too heated, giving you space to react thoughtfully, not impulsively. Your power comes from managing your feelings, judgments, and actions. By focusing on these things, you take control of the situation. Use your energy to respond wisely, choosing actions that match your values. Imagine you're steering your own ship in a storm. You can't control the wind or waves, but you can navigate skillfully, choosing a direction that keeps your integrity and peace of mind. This way of handling things not only makes you stronger, but also shows you're mature and in control. In summary, remember that others might affect what happens around you, but you get to decide how you feel inside. By controlling your reactions, you turn moments of disrespect into chances to grow and be strong. It's a reminder that, in the big dance of life, you're the one calling the shots. Last in the list, on number 1, is the most important aspect of Stoicism to handle disrespect, and that is to practice Stoic mindfulness. In the world of Stoic wisdom, being mindful becomes a powerful tool when you encounter disrespect. Think of it like a mental pause button, a moment to think before you react. When you feel disrespected, practice mindfulness by focusing on the present moment. Start by watching your thoughts and feelings with a sense of detachment, like you're a neutral observer. This mental distance acts like a shield, keeping you from being overwhelmed by negativity. By creating this space, you get a clearer view of the situation, allowing you to respond with more awareness and purpose. Mindfulness helps you avoid automatic reactions that disrespect can trigger. Instead of being carried away by strong emotions, you become the one steering your own responses. It's like watching the waves from the shore, instead of getting caught in the turbulence of the sea. This conscious approach lets you choose your response carefully. By acknowledging disrespect without letting it control your emotions, you regain control over how you react. It's a skillful way of navigating through the storm of negativity with a calm and collected attitude. In summary, practicing Stoic mindfulness in moments of disrespect turns an external challenge into an internal opportunity for self-awareness and self-control. It's a reminder that, even when facing difficulties, your mind can be a peaceful sanctuary, a place where you decide how to navigate the challenges of life. Always remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions but skillfully managing them. By following these principles, you can keep your composure and strength when dealing with disrespectful behavior. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for future updates.